kind of curious. Yeah. We'll see. YouTube. There it goes. Woo. What was that? Okay. Wow. All 5 channels popped up. That's awesome. Kinda. Yeah. Let's. Ooh, wrong. Okay. I'm gonna have to do some reissuing and stuff. Yeah. We're gonna move this over here. Yes, folks, I am still alive. Contrary to what you have heard, I am still. I don't know what's going on now with this window. It is now at a terrible size. What? Okay, what's going on? Something. I have to resize this. This just does not look right. No. There we go. All right. Hard to believe I've actually returned to a degree. Been a while, chat. Been a while. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I'm in the middle of some school changes, honestly. I didn't think I'd be back for a while, but yeah. Running some new tests. We'll see what happens here. Just to see if my channels actually work. That's not. Let's flip kick. Getting any sound? That works. And figures there's a never change, kick, never change. Oh my god. Never change. I am curious. That's offline. Never change. Hold on. Said it was offline for a split second. That was weird. That was really weird. Let's pull up X. Doubtful anyone's watching over there. But if anyone is, hello and welcome. I'm Axis 0096. To my newest viewers who may or may not be over on the other platforms, I now have 5 ways for you to find me. One of which is over on X or Twitter. So, yeah, big surprise. So, it's been a long time coming returning to streaming. I didn't think I'd return right away, but here I am. I've returned. It took me a while, though. I've obviously missed some things, in the last few months. You know, just because, it's just how it is. Have to. Not streaming Metroid is goofy. Also, never change. Stream info. All right. There we go. So, yeah, it's been adventurous. I've been going back to school the last 6 to 8 months, trying to get back into the swing of things. It's been difficult to a degree. Hopefully, I see some new faces and some old ones since I've returned from the grave, basically. At least I'm hoping to. Wow, there's a lot of people popping off. Do, 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 do. Prize. So, see. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sheesh. Whew. Coughing up my lung. Hopefully, I don't end up. So, yeah. Definitely, it's been fun, getting back. It's an adventure at the moment, getting back into the swing of things. Also, say I've missed streaming to you guys, my audience, quite a bit. Just hasn't been the same. I'll put it that way. Wow, there's a lot of people jumping on here. trying to see. How has everyone been doing the resource thing? I'm almost done with Hurston. Thank God. I'm down to like I want to say 500, kind of, sorta. No, I'm not even that low. High. I'm even further along. Well, I'm actually much, much further along than that. For the resource drive initiative, yeah, I'm actually much further along than that. I'm. Why is this signed out on this account? Sign out. Okay, I'm getting some. Not creating a pass key. No. All right. So what was I going to talk about? I don't even remember. Do not remember at all. And at some point, I will be advertising my channel, I hope, on the Robert Space Industries website. You know, at some point. That way, maybe I can meet more of you fine folks. Definitely, I've definitely missed hanging out with you guys a lot. All right. So, let me check something. Never forget that moment. Mute that. Basically, today's stream is just booting up stuff and making sure stuff works. I'm knocking the cobwebs off, so to speak. And it's a little early to be streaming, honestly, in the US. Most people are asleep. I know I've missed some ISCs and various other things. It's not been intentional, but it's definitely not been without reason. What? Ooh. Good morning, Bears. Oh seven, my friend. How are you? You're actually my first person to talk to me in a while, so greetings, greetings. How are you? I'm happy to see you this morning. How have you been finding the resource collection initiative thing? I've been running into a bunch of broken elevators. A lot of broken elevators. But I'm almost done with Hurston altogether. So thank goodness for that. Well, for me, I'm good. I wrapped up my summer what do you call it? Summer semester, and I'm trying to, get back into somewhat of a semblance of normalcy a bit. It's been difficult, getting back into the swing of things. Oh, nice. So you may actually be set up for the Daymar rally. It's good to have somebody to talk to instead of talking to open air. Yeah, that is awesome. This is it's good to hear because a lot of people are. I mean, the Daymar rally would probably be perfect for you at that point. Yeah, I took a step back from Star Citizen. When was it? About a month ago, I think. No. It was about a week or so, or a few months ago. I had a summer semester that was just way too crammed for me to maintain. you know, stuff, and it just made sense to concentrate on my schooling. That way I could keep moving on with it. If that makes sense to you. It does me because I wasn't able to concentrate full time to school while I was streaming. And let me tell you, this can be exhausting, even when you're just the news channel guy. I can't believe I've returned. I'm currently sitting at a 3.5 GPA. I have two A's and a B in let's see. Two A's, one in American history and something in literature or something, and a B in biological concepts. So not terrible, but it's pretty good. You know, it's better than it could be. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. It's yeah, I yeah, where do you work, Bears? Do you work in any industry like technology or stuff? My degree is actually going to be in tech. I'm hoping. You know, not saying I'm going to be able to get there, but we'll see. You know, it's kind of what I'm hoping for, but we'll see. You didn't need the stress. That is the best answer, my friend. Yeah. That is the best answer. Wow. A lot of people coming in on Twitch. No, I do floor carpeting, tile, all that. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, it's been an adjustment getting back to back. This is actually my return stream, and I've added a new channel, as you can see. Nobody has to join X to view me, but I figured I'd broaden my net a little bit. Even if it's the evil empire, you know, it's just whatever. The guy that replaced me got hurt. Oh no! Oh no! Yikes. Brother, that sucks. You're gonna have to go at his back in early November. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's painful. Hello, Big Data Boom. How are you today? I see you in the Twitch chat. How are you today? Hopefully, you're doing well. This is actually my return stream to Twitch. Hopefully, you don't mind me asking that. Bears, can you do me a favor? Are you on Twitch? Well, no, hold on. I don't think you are. I think you're on YouTube only, right? Yeah, I think you're only on YouTube. Yeah, which is fine, which is perfectly fine. What I was going to ask is if you could unsubscribe and subscribe or follow and unfollow on Twitch. That way I could see if my what do you call it is working. You know, my what do you call it? Notification system. I haven't I'm literally knocking the cobwebs off this crap. Trying to see if it works properly. You haven't been on it in years. No worries. Yeah. Gotcha. Well, if you would, can you please test it for me? I know it's a big ask. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but since you're online, I need I need a guinea pig. Sorry. I want to see if my system still works properly or if I need to do some calibrating. I'll stand by. It should. Either way, it is good to be back. Where's Twitch? Nah, you're good. You're good. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I mean, I've forgotten a bunch of logins and had to rename stuff. Sadly. So yeah, what do you think about some of the newer ships we've gotten? You like them? You think they're okay? What do you think? I'm kind of torn. This event could have had some better. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I love this event. I love what they were gonna do with it. But man, whoo, it still needed some work. You know, I mean, just wow. I mean, oh yeah, the meteor's a glass cannon. It easily gets munched up. It will easily get destroyed. It depends on how you've been doing it. Technically, yeah. I think a lot of people have been doing it the wrong way. You know, they're doing it, but they're trying to do it only one direction. If the freight elevators would just freaking work, though, right? Yeah. Oh, they were. They were. They absolutely were sabotaging the freight elevators. It was annoying. And it was making people super angry. There were a lot of people fuming because of that. Yeah. Can't say I don't blame them for being angry. No, I don't. Mm. Yeah, I know. It's like why? Why do that? I gotta admit, you're absolutely right. Why? Why do it? Well, you know what I think it is? I think it's a lot of people just being jerks. There's a lot of jerks getting into the game, sadly, nowadays. And it's dumb. I mean, like, why do this stuff? And the only thing I can think of is jerks. You know, people who are there to cause trouble and then they don't contribute to the gameplay, you know? It's like, why? Right? Why? Hang on a minute, I'm checking something. And it's irritating. I mean, they're purposely destroying game mechanics just to get some grins. So dumb, you know? While I understand the thrill of having hilarity and hijinks, this ain't the way to do it, you know? And I don't normally like to I don't normally like to talk negatively about people, but man, some folks they just like to purposely cause trouble. Careful you say that because you know some people get heated when we get political, but yeah. Um it might be more that or it may be other factors too. I'm not going to I'm not going to try to, you know what I mean, bears. I'm going to be honest. It could be, but I think a lot of it is there's a lot of entitled people who think their fun is more important than everybody else's fun. You know, catch my drift. They think, yeah, that's it. That's it exactly. Exactly. People just piss off people to be pissing them off, you know. Yeah, no worries. I understood what you said. You're good. You're good. You're good. Well, I'm gonna. Okay, yeah. Let's. All right. Resource drive initiative. Yeah, the meteor is very flimsy, but honestly, if you're curious about it, here we go. Let's go with this.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Hold on, wrong video. That's the wrong video. Yeah, I do
When I was
too.
working on this, I took like
I love that they reused the
is
mantis for something
you can
else.
Spend your time on. You can live on it. It's got everything you'd need to live out in space.
Makes me so happy.
What did you first think when you heard we were taking the Mantis chassis and making a new fighter?
Mantis is a wonderful ship. I just like fighters more.
I was excited because the Mantis is quite a well-known ship.
We want to give justice to the Mantis, but we also want to make it more aggressive.
Yeah,
more
favorite
scenic.
cockpit, and it also helps that it looks like a Federation ship.
Starting
Right.
up front, first thing that you're going to notice on
Doesn't
this
it
bad boy
help that
is
it looks
the
like a
two
Federation ship?
bespoke size 5 ballistic
From,
cannons
like,
that
Star
we ended up
Trek?
adding.
Look at the nacelles in the
Massive
back.
ones.
The
Yeah,
nacelles
those are
look like a
guns.
Federation
Never used
ship.
a cannon before.
United
They'll be
Federation of
very low rate of
Planets.
fire, but the amount of damage that you're going to do when you
It's
hit
got a
is
somewhat
absolutely
saucer
insane.
shape.
Repeaters, you're going bam, 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 bam. Gatlin is just.
It's like an
Cannons
early
are
UFP ship.
Bam, bam. Devastating in the hands of a skilled pilot. As you come around, you can see the similarities between the Polaris and the Meteor. It's like you took a Mantis exterior and then asked the person who made the Polaris exterior to find a middle ground.
When I was working on this, I took like a lot of inspiration from the Polaris. I worked on the exterior of that ship for a long time, so I think it's absolutely ingrained in my mind. Although the RSI style of what was back then and what it is now is different, and so there was like this balance that I had to hit.
Underneath, we have a size 4 hardpoint that can fit on size 4 rack, single S4 missiles. You can swap
Yeah.
those down to
Wonder if you
2
can
size
put bombs
3s,
on that.
4 size 2s, or 8 size 1s.
The way the hatches open at the bottom and that whole new like lower section, it kind of like
It'd be
flattens it out a bit,
interesting to
and
use
it
this
just
as
looks
a
little
light
bit more
bomber.
aggressive, which to me is never a bad thing.
Interior, as soon as you end up going up the ramp that's had a nice little lighting effect added for it, you'll go in
Yeah,
and
you
see that
can.
the inside has been completely
You can
remodeled
definitely
from the
tell
old
he's a Star
Mantis
Trek
interior.
fan.
The Zeus did so much for bringing that interior design language for RSI forward. Thank you, Montreal team. It's a lot sleeker now. There's these really clear blue lines that run through the core of the ship. They go up the walls, onto the ceiling. They frame the parts of your room. You've got nice floor mats as well. It just feels more cohesive. So the cockpit is all framing your eye towards that massive glass canopy that you're familiar with on the Mantis. We've taken the Zeus seat to another level, improving the back-end workflow of how we use it, which is going to improve all RSI ships going forward. Turning around from the seat, you can catch really quick that we do have a button. And when you press that, you will have a weapon rack that's coming out of the floor. There's a scene in John Wick where he hits the floor with a sledgehammer to reveal all of his guns and the stash. And we were like, we can't do that, but we could make kind of a secret button on the bulkhead that pops out the
Yeah,
floor.
the Connie's kind of,
So
yeah.
every ship
it's-
I work on, I make sure to put some kind of inspection
Constellation
sticker on that
sadly
lists the
needs a
designers and
lot of
artists that
work.
worked on it. And
I
we've
can't
added
wait
someone
for the
else.
rework of the Constellation.
Yeah, okay, let me redo
After
that.
all the
I'll be someone.
RSI big ship reworks.
The paints on this one were
Oh my
fun
gosh.
to do. We wanted to kind of get that iridescence going, and yeah, I feel like we covered a wide spectrum of tastes.
The default we ended up changing out for our darker paint tone. This way you'll be a little bit stealthier. I think it looks really cool. We have our red one, our gold one, the teal one, and then probably my personal favorite, our disco livery.
You know, you're trying to bring the ship to a new level whilst also paying homage to what it was. And it was a really unique challenge that I really appreciated getting the chance to work on.
Who is this ship for?
It's for Jared.
It's not for me. Might be for people like me. Who's this ship for?
For people who likes to look cool and play cool.
For people who want to have a daily flyer that packs a huge punch.
This should be for me. That's it.
It's for your militaristic fighter that just wants that ship they're never going to stop driving.
Who is this ship for?
John Wick.
I love that video. That video is awesome. But we're going to watch one more, which is the resource drive. No. Oh, there it is.
Thing to note though is that if you don't have a ship big enough to take the
Now, we're going to listen to how they intended for this to go.
So for the past 10 years, it's usually just been in our hands to make the decisions of what happens. We're hoping to start to give some of that control over to the players.
in the July patch, this is the first time you are going to get to have this lasting effect. This is just the start, but I'm excited to see where you and us go from here. So this is a continuation of the Regen Crisis storyline you've been seeing unfold. You've seen how Rayari was trying to handle it. You've seen how ASD has responded to it with the nefarious Dr. Yorit.
Now we're beginning to see how the major 4 corporations are going to handle this.
Yeah, by
Exploiting
exploiting everyone else's for their profit.
as a means to try and further push the drive to really end this crisis across Stanton.
And she's put up certain rewards for the megacorps who helps out the most or who solves the Regen Crisis. So now
Yeah,
the 4
no
mega
kidding,
corporations of Stanton are in a race with each other to try and secure the reward for this contract. And a big part of this is it will be up to you as to which megacorp comes out.
Yeah,
on
that
top.
bar across the vision was a big
So the
no.
July patch will
for
be
me.
a one-time thing. It will run for that first patch when the next
I'm
patch comes out. It
good,
kind of ends.
thank you.
The event is centered around gathering 3 main resources. So you can work for Microtech, Hurston, Crusader, and ArcCorp. And each track you work for will have 5 tiers of rewards that you will unlock based on your contribution.
We have a few major game loops that you can choose from. We can start with hauling, which involves a player going out to a trade post, picking up the commodities that are of the corporation's interest and delivering them back to the corporation's LEO.
Then we have the Recover Cargo Ship archetype. This was kind of first introduced in Welcome to Pyro, and then when we was doing the 4.0 refactor, it was one we didn't get to, but we've brought it back and we fixed it up for this. So how this one works is you go to a ship, it's already dead in the water, it has the supplies on it that you require, and your main goal is to get the supplies and take them back to where they need to be delivered. There might be a few pirates trying to pick that corpse clean, So you might have to dispatch some of them and then take the cargo. One important thing to note though is that if you don't have a ship big enough to take the cargo but you want to do this mission, we've left the seat on for you so you can actually get in the seat and take the other ship, have a go at flying this and take that back instead.
Yeah, it works good in theory until they're flinging
There's
missiles at
also
you.
Recover Cargo FPS, which involves locations like UGFs or abandoned FOBs, and there'll be several stashes
You're
of
funny.
commodities needed that have been
They're,
taken from important cargo
Bears,
ships and held
you're
there by
hilarious,
outlaws.
bro.
You need to go in, clear the outlaws, take the cargo and deliver it back to the corporations. As this event is primarily a ship and hauling event, this is the only FPS mission that there is available.
Then there's support attack ship. This is one you've seen before. There's a ship, it's under stress, it's being attacked, it's being pirated.
Mayday, mayday, outlaws are attacking my ship!
Yeah, and they typically
Carrying
run
valuable
right
resources that are
into the
needed for that
ship.
operation. You have to turn
Oh
up
my
and make sure
gosh,
it gets
it's
away
not even
safely.
funny.
And if it does, you
It's a
are
pain in the
counted for
butt.
its contribution. So because you helped it, they also sort of count those boxes for
Scream.
you.
That
There's
poor
the
guy.
unlimited resource gathering mission. This mission will be asking you to get the 3 commodities.
That poor dude.
Infinite amount. It will never have a
That's
cap. The
in
mission
the,
has no
ship.
completion per se, but everything you deliver based on the SU amount that you deliver is the amount you're going to get paid for it.
That poor guy.
This you can keep open, you can abandon it when you don't want it, and you can re-accept it at any point. But the goal of it is to go and source your own materials, bring them back to the location, and submit them for your reward.
Microtech thanks you for all your hard work you've done recently. Keep your eyes peeled for a special something heading your way.
So basically this event is pretty much using all ship types that we have, with the exception of refueling and salvage.
It also encourages multiplayer gameplay if you want to work with others who are also fighting in your corporation, or you can just as easily contribute by playing by yourself as well. You will also have almost like a personal assistant dedicated to each corporation who
Yeah,
accepts you.
and the Hurston one is a butt.
When you've accepted the mission and when you've completed
The
it.
Hurston dude is a butt. Seriously. That dude. Oh
Some
my
are
gosh.
nicer than others.
I
Some people just
am,
are there to
yeah.
make sure that you get the mission contract done.
I'm
and
like,
some people are there to really
dude.
encourage you to do better.
He is such a frowny face.
So let me get you paid. But the most valuable reward is knowing that you help people today.
And that just depends on who you decide to side with.
Who are you back?
I am backing Crusader because the PA for Crusader is very nice and very encouraging and won't yell at you when you fail a mission.
Sorry, I was getting
This
an
contract
echo.
didn't work out for you. Sometimes a job is just not the right fit.
And remember that you can work for any team, so just because another corporation is winning doesn't mean that you can't all pile on and help, I don't know, let's say Hurston win in the end.
Is that who you want to win, Hurston?
I'm just saying that they have a strong work ethic, and you know they're good at
Strong work
actions,
ethic.
and maybe they're
Bro.
not quite as encouraging
Bro.
as Crusade, Emily, but you know they know what they need. They know what they need to get done. They get it done in plastic bags.
Fascist.
So that's all the things you can do. But of course, why are you doing this? It's fun, yeah. The rewards. We have 5 tiers of rewards and then ending rewards for after the event. There will be post-event rewards. All of the rewards that I go over will be themed after the corporation that you choose to align with. Tier 1 is jumpsuit and multi-tool. Tier 2 will be a armor set and a vault weapon. After that, we start going into your favorite ship skins. Tier 3 will be 3 ship skins and a vault weapon. Tier 4 will be 3 ship skins and a vault weapon. And Tier 5 will be 3 ship skins
Oh, nice ones.
and a vault weapon.
Why so many bolt weapons?
We just don't know what to do with them. They're just piling up. For now, I'm just going to spread them about.
Lightning is cool.
Huh?
Lightning is cool.
Lightning is very cool, except when it hits you. That shotgun is... Zach really fucked up the balancing for that.
views and opinions of LA Maltby do not represent those of Cloud Imperium Games, Robert Space Industries, or its subsidiaries.
How do we track this? You're gonna love to hear it. We've got a journal entry for you, but we've changed it before everyone starts going to the comments.
You can see the overall global corporation's progress.
I want to
across all
say the
servers,
second
and you will
life
also have a
resource.
separate bar
Okay,
to
pause
see
here a second. Hey, Bears. I want to say this is the reputation. Oh, yeah. Hey, no worries, man. It was good to chat with you. But before you go, look at this. I think this may be the early start of the reputation system right here. Because this tracks your contribution to each mega corporation. There has to be something about this related to the background simulation. That's all I'm going to say. And it seems, yeah, you have a good day, dude. Be safe, okay? 07, man.
how much you've progressed or how much contribution you've made to the corporation.
Sounds like this is just play the game and we'll...
Yeah, I hope
give you
so
rewards.
too. Hey, Bears, you have a great day. Thank you for joining in. I mean, made my day a lot easier and simpler.
This patch
Funner,
has been
you know?
a really interesting patch for economy because the balance is
Thanks,
something
friend.
we've been wanting to try for a while, the balance between all of the different gameplay loops at the same time, which is great for the players, challenging for us. But hopefully it works and hopefully you guys really enjoy it and you see that your contribution feels meaningful.
Why'd you pull the commodities out of the shop?
Okay, so in previous patches when we have tried to do commodity gathering, we might have overlooked the possibility that people would spend most of their gameplay time standing in queues, trying to buy what meager scraps there were from shops. So we made it a lot easier for you this time. It's not available in shops anywhere.
Big move.
So, fast forward to the end. The Stanton Pyro jump point is going to be renamed to do with the winning corporation. We don't know the exact name yet, but it's going to be named to be sort of a hint to them. The landing
Now this
zone,
is what I
the
like.
low orbit station,
Rewind.
and the jump point, which do with the winning corporation.
This is
We don't know
changing the
exact
very
name yet, but it's
background
going
of the
to be named
game.
To be sort of a hint to them. The landing zone, the low orbit station, and the jump point, which now will belong to the corporation that won. All three of those will get a permanent 5% shop discount across all of their goods. So it will likely maybe be cheaper to buy stuff in those areas.
Yes, it is really everything in the landing zone. Nothing is exempt.
And last of all, the winning corporation and those of you that hit tier 5 will get a elite armor. It will be a matte black version of the armor you got for tier 2 with a sort of highlight to emphasize the corporation that you was with. We've made all 4 of these. I'm giving 1 out. The other 3 won't see the light of day.
I think the event is good because it focuses hauling and players who enjoy delivery missions, box missions, but it's also inclusive of those who don't enjoy those. This event shouldn't be a bottleneck. It's not using a new location, it's using several of the locations that we've had before.
You're going to be spread out. You've got a bunch of different missions you can play. It's essentially just play the game the way you always have been.
You're not locked in to any of the corporations. You can work for whichever one you want. At any given time, you can max out the tier 5 rewards on all 4 of the corporations if you wanted to. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be
at the
able
end of
to.
it, you'll see the change that you had on our universe.
I just hope people enjoy it. I hope people enjoy the kind of race to regen aspect of it, that you're all head to head, but you will eventually all have some kind of impact on the verse later after this event.
And there's not a single data pad you have to read.
No, I made sure of that as well. There is not a single data pad in this event. as minimal reading as possible.
Hey, Elle here. Seeing that you were able to complete the delivery, thanks. And if you could do another, that'd be even better. Alright, gotta go.
And if we've done our maths right, Alpha 421 Race for Stanton should drop later today, with a complete Resource Rush global event, as well as your chance to earn over 60 different rewards and a permanent discount to the landing zone of your choice. It also includes the new RSI Meteor, a host of bug fixes, and the chance to rename the jump point from Stanton to Pyro. I'm hoping for jumping with Pointy Face, personally. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the people and process of game development with you, and we'll see you in the verse hauling a whole lot of rocks this month.
Yeah.
Hurston, really?
Look, I think Hurston and Drake are
Well, how old is this video? Yeah. Wow, he hasn't done a lot of videos in a while. Comparing it to Dune is a terrible, terrible comparison. Morph. Geez, I kind of expect better from him. Just a bit. Okay. I don't know if I should do the monthly report or not. Yeah, actually, yeah. Okay, yeah. Monthly report. RSI. Let's see. There we go. Do that. Monthly report. I don't know if anyone's around to even read it. Q&A. Being caught up. This week in Star Citizen. Were we supposed to have a... Okay, we had the PU monthly report on Wednesday. RSI weekly newsletter. This week in Star Citizen. Did I miss the Squadron 42 email from last week? Probably. It looks like I did. No, yes. So we're going to read the monthly report or skim through it. Whatever is important. A lot of stuff in here. Right. So, just a second. I'm going to get a drink. And then we're going to read over this. All right. All right. AI content. They saw ongoing initiatives, including the push on new combatant wildline sets, which will be completed following some integration work. They've also revisited shop behaviors to make the population feel more interactable. For example, leveraging the recent behavior found in medical stations where NPCs voice their concerns about the region crisis to add more flavor and lore. AI Tech also planned for several of their upcoming releases, outlining the required work and highlighting potential obstacles they would need to support upcoming in order to deliver the intended experience. Alongside this, they continue to support the mission and design teams in implementing additional comms calls into the game. Features, they continue to develop new creatures, including a prototype gameplay for a boss fight. As part of this, the new tech was created that makes this process faster and more iterative. For human combat, the team focused numerous bug fixes and issues. Various polish, including close range shove attack, allows the AI to respond rapidly to the player, other NPCs getting too close. They continue to tweak, refine bug perception investigation when used by group behaviors. Group perception time is now used to determine how long a target has been out of range rather than the individual. The time before they time out was reduced too. They also made AI weapon interference and dynamic condition weapons. For example, when weapons change from rapid fire to single fire when overheating. The team also prototyped AI bounding Overwatch, which relates to NPCs coordinating to traverse cover when moving to an area. That's interesting. This required changes to the TPS system to enable AI to find cover in your paths. Game intelligence, they're prototyping mission system 2. A bunch of other stuff. Star script. AI tech. A bunch of stuff related to animation. They progressed with a new ship entry exit template with upcoming release at the PU. They're working on several new mission givers and a mini boss. They then worked on narrative to create fictional television characters, including James Harriman, who's, Jared Huckabee's in-universe representation. They're also doing more mocap and stuff. They created new armor and armor variants. Handout sheets in for new flight suits alongside requests for other teams. Now for the really interesting stuff. AI ships. The Paladin had its gray box review, highlighted challenges with the side turret setup, which result in further iteration to get something that plays well while adhering to the original concept. So that means it's been adjusted since its initial concept. Further navigation flows were made to the Drake Ironclad, including new elevators, revised staircase locations to improve traversal times around the ship. The assault also progressed through White Box, with the team implementing the key differences between it and the base. Meteor released in the PU alongside a full interior retrofit for the Mantis. 4 new ships progressed down the pipeline too. The first was kicked off and is approaching the end of White Box, while the second passed its White Box review and progressed into Gray Box. Some issues around its cargo mechanism were identified during the review, but were certified afterward. The third continued through development, with its rooms receiving further geometry refinement, alongside animation work for its moving detail elements. The final announced has to combine gate review. This was done to provide more detail time for the audio UI VFX to add additional details with the aim to setting new standards for display. This right here, chat, is the bridge of the Apollo. For those who haven't seen it, this is the bridge of the Apollo. So, yeah. Hard to believe, but this is the Apollo's bridge. I can't believe it either. So it's got a pilot and co-pilot seat. Yeah. North America, triage, and medvac pass through their lodos. Are in final stages with design set up, paints, and created. There's the Perseus. That's a PDC up top. Progressing in the Lodo, the exterior is now receiving fine detail works. Bringing in line, and the Kraken had further pre-process work done. And a recently added medical. It's got a medical facility. Okay. Bunch of community stuff. Core gameplay. They're trying to work on the elevators, keyword. Work was also done on outside technologies. Several improvements. Core gameplay also allow for another attempt at players spawning directly into their personal hangars instead of their home location hub. They also paved the way for allowing players to spawn where they were, within reason. Core gameplay began work toward refreshing parts of the inventory and bug fixes with you. Yeah, okay. The UI, the team reevaluated the scope for the first public release. Okay. UI concept shown recently on Star Citizen Live entered development. Very good. With the team doing presentation work and setup for the new canvas. For hacking, more options were added to help teach players how to use the feature alongside bug fixes. Core gameplay also supported weapon content and implementing a bespoke flat feet animation used during the charge-up sequence of the Volt sniper weapon. Engineering gameplay saw enter the tech preview preparation, with the devs moving the code into a new staging system. They also added the ability to limit the number of active items per pool. Thruster temperatures are now visible on the screen, and the iconography between the diagnostic and engineering screens have been unified. Good. The team also added further damage balance modifiers, for example, making fuses on sturdier ships harder to destroy. Diagnostics also receive severity filters to identify critical issues. As part of the ongoing looting and harvestable quality of life initiative, the team began implementation of loot generation, new implementation. This system is twice as fast as the previous. It includes better control for the designers alongside improved debug tools. The item expiry feature kicked off. An item's expiry time, state and timer will be visible in the inventory. Oh, key cards. They're meant to be used a number of times before they become non-functional. Progress and item recovery tier 1 and continue, including various setup and debug tools. Yeah, I like this because, like, somebody mentioned, like, if there are facility keys and you can just go out and get them before an event, that's kind of dumb. Team also completed the refactor of quantum interdiction for server meshing, which was released in 4.2.1. There's still a few outstanding tasks to be completed that will be part of future releases. Team also continued to work on the flight system. Fly-by-wire was finished, which like a modern fighter jet would. For quantum travel, the team continued on the implementation of the new mechanics. FPS radar scanning saw additional progress through July, with further implementations allowing designers to define custom scan data. AI now can react to being scanned and respond accordingly. Players also will be able to identify if enemy PCs have a radar equipped and could perceive the player scanning them. Transport continued. Support more controls for item rewards and exploits were. The economy team is currently analyzing their recent community poll. Adding the ammunition used by most FPS weapons to a significant number of stores. Interesting. Mission design. Is that it? R&D. Monitored resource drive to see how players interacted, small exploits, and helped engineering finish the mission generation system. They then looked at old locations that weren't included in the Alpha 4.0 refactor and therefore don't have missions. Once complete, players will see existing combat missions begin to target some of these locations. Good. And they also began tweaking it for deliverables with new content. Waco also received new missions, cosmetics, and work began on the accept mission in the world system. What is that? What is that? The team also began filling in additional details for an upcoming location, honing in specific style guided art design as they populated with locations and gameplay. They also crafted and lore for a new ship seller, who the narrative team hopes will be a fun addition to the verse. This sounds like Nyx right here. Because a upcoming location with location. Why would they do it like that? This Nyx system, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Online tech. Item imprint version 1. The UI team is working too. Okay. VFX was working on locations and all this other stuff. So yeah, they've been busy this year. Very, very, very busy. But yeah. It's cool stuff. So it was hers. Okay, so what is that gonna do? Anyways, chat, I gotta get off here. It's I have to get off this stream. I'm glad people got to see me for a bit. I will be streaming a lot more in coming days. This was just an initial stream to kind of break me back into the groove a bit. But yeah, I do intend to start doing this a lot more again. So I wish y'all a good day. See you soon, hopefully, and